Hello, everyone. Welcome to FT Pod, where we talk about the different arcs of your favorite anime, Fairy Tail. Today, we'll be talking about the Tartaros arc, or in English, the Tartaros arc. This arc is hands down my favorite arc of all the arcs in Fairy Tail. Not only because of all the action and suspense, but because of all of the sweet moments in this arc. We see a little bit of Gale, Nalu, and a little some Gruvia, but the battles in this arc were amazing. They were literally the kind of battles you can't take your eyes off. I love the demons and their curses in this arc. A lot of episodes, the 30 episodes in this whole arc is amazing to watch. My favorite arc of all time. Not only because the fights and the sweet scenes and everything, but the music and the background music is so intriguing, and the characters, especially with all the new like demons and all the suspense that you get from the plot, like plot twists and everything. You didn't really expect to know that Gray's dad would be one of the demons or the demon slayer, but it actually turns out it was just his corpse, which was pretty interesting. But everything about the arc is very interesting, and being able to watch it over and over again, like, you find these hidden plots and hidden information that you didn't know about until you watched it, like, for the third or fourth time. So it's very interesting to watch. And towards the end of the arc, what the demon king of all the demons in Tartaros mentions how Natsu has a greater power than what he originally has, or what he believes he has. He ends up mentioning END, which is abbreviated for Etherian Natsu Dragneel, which Natsu doesn't know that himself, and neither does anybody else in the guild, at least I don't think. But I'm pretty sure that Makarov, the guild master, might know, but we're not completely sure. The Demon King in Tartaros knows that Natsu is END, and he has the book of END. As soon as he can open that book, that's whenever Natsu's true power is like unleashed. But he never opens the book because Natsu is on a mission to destroy the book, like his father, air quote father, told him to do. It was like his lifetime mission. I say air quote father because Natsu's father was is a dragon per se, because he was raised by a dragon whenever he was younger. So whenever he was, I believe it was 7 or 8, his dragon, Igneal, that was his father, had left him. So Igneal had told him that he needed to destroy the book of END in order to beat END. Because Igneal knew that one day the book would be opened and Natsu would turn into a demon. And Natsu is the ultimate demon in the Book of Zeref. All of the demons in Tartarus are from the books of Zeref, which is pretty interesting to kind of get a grasp of. So it's pretty interesting to watch. Towards the end of the arc as well, their dragons, the Dragon Slayers' parents, come back, but in a way that you didn't think they would come. It turns out that their parents, or the dragons, were actually in their bodies, like in their souls, kind of. And towards the end of the arc, whenever the final battle is, completely ended and everything, the dragons come out, and they're like kind of helping them and everything, and it's was pretty amazing to see how they reunited with each other, but pretty sad as well because they got to see their parents for the last time, first and last time in a long time. And after the whole battle and the arc comes to an end, all of the dragons, it's time for them to leave basically. And it's kind of like a magical thing because they don't turn into ash or disintegrate or any sort of thing like that. It's more of a magic where their soul is lifted up and their bodies with them. It's amazing to watch, but it's really, really sad. That's probably the moment where it got me because Natsu's uh, father, Igneel, actually, like, he actually dies. Like, he was killed by another dragon. And seeing how emotional Natsu is whenever he's in front of his father, watching him take his last breaths, it's really sad to take in because you feel like, you know, you can kind of feel the emotion and you don't want to feel it, but you can feel it because, like, you don't want to lose your own father. So, but he was the only parent that he had, even though he couldn't find his biological parents, which I would get into, but that's not part of the arc. Yeah, and he's like crying, and the only thing that he has left of his father is a scarf, and the scarf was given to him by his father, but it protects him from dark magic. So if he were to get hit by dark magic, it wouldn't affect him, it would just knock him out, but it would stain his scarf. His scarf is white, but it'll stain his scarf black, which is another pretty interesting thing as well. But the whole arc is amazing all in itself, and the only reason that the arc started with Tartarus and Fairy Tail going to war is because Tartarus was trying to um, they were trying to eliminate magic from the whole continent using a weapon that the Magic Council had created called Face. And Face, the only way you can activate it is through body link magic from one of the three council members that is linked to the device or the weapon. And so they don't know which council member is body linked to the weapon, so they have to kill all of them, even including previous council members. So they go off on a killing spree, basically killing previous council members. And Fairy Tail and a few other guilds are helping to protect and find all of the council members, including previous council members, and saving them so that way they're not killed. Because even though they don't truly know who is linked to the weapon, they still have to protect all of the council members, just like how the council members protected them. And the reason Fairy Tail goes to war with Tartarus is because in one city, whenever there's a team of Fairy Tail members protecting one of the council members, they end up getting attacked by a demon, and because they can't defeat the demon basically like kills itself, and it lets out this like kind of like deadly gas that'll one ripple like strip them of their magic, and two, it'll kill them. But for regular citizens who don't have magic, it'll just automatically kill them. So Loxus, one of the guild members that was there protecting the council member, he was a lightning dragon slayer, so he like sucked up all of the like deadly gas and poison, and I think he ate it. I think he ate the poison. I couldn't really tell if he like ate it or if he dispersed it somewhere else, but the most reasonable thing is he ate the poison, because when he's taken back to the infirmary, he's like not on a full-on seizure, but it's like a small seizure that he's having. And usually dragon slayers, whenever they don't eat their own element, they'll kind of like be sick for a few days or they'll have seizures. But since this was poison, deadly poison that he had taken in and eaten, it kind of affected him more than different elements usually would. So that was kind of sad. But him and his team was able to protect the council member, and he's not dead, but they can't participate in the war until towards the end, whenever they're actually better, because they can't move. They're literally immobilized. So they're like laying there in infirmary beds, not moving an inch, except for like small seizures here and there, and they're like struggling to breathe. But this is just one of my favorite arcs, but my all-time favorite arc. And maybe next time we'll talk about a different arc. Maybe Zero at the beginning, the first arc. Until next time, this is FT Pod.